What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the video. So this is going to be my Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND Trailer 3 analysis video. Now, I've experimented with analysis formats in the past. With the first one, I kind of just jumped in and I just talked about like everything that I saw. The second one, I tried to be a little bit more in depth and break it apart. But this one just has so many different scenes and so many things to talk about where I'm going to do this analysis, but then I'm also going to break down certain parts and split those up into specific videos. So, and also I got the webcam on this time. I got a new webcam. I want to use it. And yeah, so we're going to be going through this. It's a 2-minute long trailer. There's a lot in here. Like I said, I already have a couple videos that I am planning on doing when it comes to the content within the trailer itself, things that I want to focus on. But there are also some smaller things that I do want to point out, obviously, but they don't deserve their own videos and I just feel like talking about and all that junk. So without further ado, let's jump right into the trailer analysis. So,
But if we still remember him.
first and foremost, this is in English. I did not expect this to be in English. That is absolutely insane that this is actually done in English. Like that, it's crazy. It's so cool. And of course, we're here. We got Hollow Bastion. We got the castle. We got all the goodness. Radiant Garden, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Hollow Bastion. It's Radiant Garden. And we got Aerith. Okay, that blew my mind that we actually got Final Fantasy characters coming to Kingdom Hearts 3. That's insane because we didn't see them at all in the base game. At all. So it's great to see not only Aerith, but we also have, obviously, Riku. We'll get to what the context is in a second. But we got Leon, and we got Yuffie. The Restoration Committee is back, and that's awesome. So essentially what I'm grabbing this, first of all, Final Fantasy characters, just that's amazing. Like I said, I literally cannot believe that we got this. I just can't. It's so cool. It seems like I'm sort of sitting here gushing rather than analyzing it, so let's just listen to what they say.
Still be with us.
But we've been searching everywhere for Sora, and we haven't found a single clue.
So essentially, like, Aerith is saying, oh, like, we haven't forgotten him, so he still must be with us. But Riku's saying, oh, but we've looked everywhere, and, you know, they can't find him. So what I'm assuming that this segment here is, and I was talking to Bio about this a little bit, I think all of these segments with Riku, or if most of them where he's, like, playable or he seems like it's focused on him, is the secret episode. And I think that the secret episode is going to be where Riku, with the help of everybody else, try to locate where Sora actually is. So that's just my guess. We don't actually know what's what at this point. So I'm going to be noting like what I think could be part of like the limit episode and like the secret episode and all that junk. So it's a great way to start off the trailer. It's that big like wow factor where you're like, wow, like Final Fantasy characters. That's insane. I loved that. So we obviously have Sora here in his Station of Awakening. He gets transported to the Keyblade Graveyard where he's got a Dark Inferno. Now, what a lot of people don't realize is that the Dark Inferno is not just one boss. It is a species of Heartless. There's more than one. If you look at Jiminy's journal from Kingdom Hearts 3, there's more than one Dark Inferno. So that's something to take note of. Where like it's not like, oh my god, we're going to see like this again. No, there is more than one Dark Inferno. And I think you see that in the trailer at some point. I'm not sure, but yeah. So Sora gets taken to the Keyblade Graveyard and he's got a Dark Inferno in front of him. Let's go. So now we got Aqua, looking scared, my queen. I'm sorry for what they did to you. And here's something that was crazy. We see a bunch of anti-Aquas in the Keyblade Graveyard, which seem to be making up the actual, like, Dark Storm. Like, look at that. All of these are all little, like, Phantom Aquas, which is, or anti-Aqua, Phantom Aqua, whatever you want to call them. Like, that's crazy.
This is the fear and despair that Aqua feels.
So Sora says this is the fear and despair that Aqua feels. Now, that's pretty interesting. And something that I do want to note is that I don't think he's actually here. Because he's got like this glow around him where like he could just be sort of like there but not actually there, if you know what I mean. So like let's take it back a little bit.
So, this is the fear and...
It seems like Aqua isn't very aware that Sora is behind her. Let me see if I can get it right.
So, this is...
See, he's kind of just like chilling behind her. From what I can tell, it doesn't look like she's really acknowledging him. So that's important to take note of.
Fear and despair that Aqua feels. Seeing that you have.
But we also have this scene in the Keyblade Graveyard where we got Terranort and the Guardian, and he says something very, very important to him. So I'll go back just for a second.
Despair that Aqua feels.
Seeing that you have also taken the forbidden path, you too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
I just gotta say that's epic. So essentially, what he's referring to is that they know that he's using the power of waking to go back in time and to rewrite destiny, so Kairi can return. And it's just crazy that all these like incarnations of Xehanort are like warning him, like, "Hey, dude, you should not be doing that." But of course, he's sorry. He's gonna do it anyways. But it's like
Seeing that you have also taken
the way Sora
forbidden path,
screams.
you too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice.
You too must be ready to make the ultimate sacrifice. Like, that is just, ugh! It's so good. It's so good. I love it. So here we got this is something I do want to spend a little bit of time on. So here we actually have all of the Guardians, and, well, not all of the Guardians, because we don't have Sora, Donald, or Goofy. But we have Riku, we have Xion, we have Ventus, that looks funny. We have Roxas, and then if you pause it correct, right here, we've got Terra, and in there you could see Aqua's in there as well. So you've got 7 lights against 13 darknesses, and you can tell that this is the Keyblade Graveyard for 2 reasons. Up here in the corner near the health bar, you can actually see that there is the Dark Kingdom Hearts, which Xehanort caused, obviously before, we followed him into Scarlet Kylam and stuff. And then we've got the command menu down here that has the Keyblade Graveyard, not only like the font and stuff, but it's got like the background, like the menu theme. And what this appears to be is it's kind of like a team fight. It's not like one of those tag team attacks that we saw in the previous trailer, but it looks like this is legitimately like a boss fight between everybody. So it seems like you've got the 7 lights versus 13 darknesses, and the 13 darknesses are obviously the 13 incarnations of Xehanort, or the vessels that we fight when we're in Scala. So it's pretty interesting that we get to fight them here. I think that's pretty cool. And it seems like your only options are attack and aerial dodge. It reminds me of in Kingdom Hearts 2, when you get to fight as Mickey when you die. And you get to fight as Mickey, and your command menu is just limited to a few things that you can do. Same thing with Riku in the Xemnas fight. It just reminds me of that, where it's not going to be like a full-on fight. And the absence of like a HUD down here, I don't know if they're just hiding it just to like not show us like what the content of the fight actually is. But Bio also had this idea where it's sort of like, what if it is something along the lines of like, it's like you share a health bar, and then like, cause they're sharing a health bar. So it's like the light health bar versus the dark health bar. That'd be sick. That'd be cool. I don't know. His idea, not mine. I just want to make note of that being very cool. Sorry, Bio. I'm not trying to take your idea, but it's cool. And you actually get to see that with some of them. I think it's Ventus and Roxas. You get to see that they have a situation command. Yeah. So right, or was that Xion's actually right there? Let me see if I can get that. Twisting counter. So this might be Xion's. Yep, that's Xion's. So Xion's is twisting counter. We have Ventus here. His is Storm Rider, where he lets out like an air spell. And then we have Miracle Hour, which is Roxas's, and that's gonna be really cool. And that's awesome. He just lets out this giant like burst of like light and stuff. It's just these pillars of light. It's so cool. But one thing that I did want to notice here, and I don't think it changes until this segment here. We have Reflega. There's different levels of Reflect. I don't know, probably. And I'm assuming that this is Aqua's, but it's weird that this changes from air dodge to Reflect. Maybe Aqua's more of like a defensive attacker. Like maybe certain characters in this fight scenario have specific roles. So there's attackers like Xion, Roxas, and Ventus, but then you have people that are on the defense like Aqua. Like her only, it doesn't seem like she has. See, it doesn't seem like she has a situation command, but when she does that, the meter builds up a little bit. So she has to have something, right? But who really knows? It looks like she is sort of like she's like more of like the tank or the defense portion of the team, whereas you have other people that are more on the offensive. But I could be wrong. Maybe everybody does have that option. It's just only in this instance we see Aqua being able to use Reflect. But This is going to be really cool. I'm looking forward to this. Again, I don't know if it's going to be one of those special type of fights where we don't actually have access to, like, I guess one thing you could compare it to, again, might be the second phase of the Vanitas, or the third phase? Second or third. The final phase of the Vanitas fight in Birth by Sleep when you're playing as Ventus, where it's sort of like a three-round camera. That doesn't make sense. But you're basically only limited to using like the limits in the command menu and stuff. And I feel like that's what it's sort of going to be like, but it looks a little bit different. Like you have control over all the characters, but it doesn't look like you can really pick which one. But again, if we had the HUD, we'd be able to tell like what we're actually doing here. Maybe you could pick your party. Maybe you can pick like people that you fight as or in the order that you fight. Who knows? Who knows? The fact that the HUD's not there, we don't know. But I love this.
Is truly as important as you say. Why now?
So that's probably just continuing, like, or it's before like Luxord leaves after that first conversation that they have in the first ReMIND trailer, where he's asking him like about the box, and then that's probably when he starts getting skeptical about like who he actually is and like what's good with him and like all that stuff. So I think that's, you know, there's really not that much to it. I guess it's just sort of like an add-on to that conversation. And I'm glad that we're not actually learning like too much about this scenario here, because I really want to learn more about like Luxord's like skepticism when it comes to Xigbar and what, you know, who he really is and stuff. I want to see if he actually does catch on or if he's just being skeptical.
By now. Hey, I thought you'd be gone by now.
So that's pretty cool. We got Demyx coming through, and I don't think that this is part of the secret episode, obviously, because I feel like the secret episode takes place after Sora obviously leaves and he saves Kairi and all that stuff. But Demyx shows up, and it's strange because we actually didn't see Demyx do this in the base game. So I think this is going to be one of those like additional scenarios where we see some stuff that happens when Sora's not there. This seems like a scenario when Sora is not there. So obviously, like once we beat, I think it's Xigbar and Repliku, or is it Repliku? Dark Riku, whatever you want to call him. Dark Riku and Xigbar. Once we defeat them, Sora leaves and leaves Riku behind. This is probably something that happens right after. And again, another reason why you could tell that this is him is if you look here, you see the replica on the ground, which they're probably going to end up using for Naminé. We know that Dark Riku or Repliku, because Repliku is the one with Riku and the Dark Riku is the one. Okay, that's what it is. Sorry. But yeah, so it seems like Demyx is showing up because he wants the replica, and that's the one that they're going to use in order to make Naminé return. I'm assuming it's Naminé because Repliku did want this to be used for Naminé instead of him, or to make him a whole person. And, you know, that makes sense. We can't have like 500 Rikus running around. So this is probably just the moment where we get the replica in order for Naminé to return and become whole again.
Or the organization.
But Riku obviously doesn't know that, so. But here we've got a boss fight, which seems to be against, I believe it's Terranort, and he's wielding the Oblivion, which is cool. And this just seems like, you know, the whole like data battle thing that everybody's been speculating about. We're seeing more of them. It's got the same ground, or like the same like floor, whatever, same patterns, all that stuff. So I'm assuming this is just showing off more data battles. So that's Terranort. This is Xemnas. And this is, I believe that's Xigbar, right? And then this is, oh my god, it's so hard, like with the quality and stuff. It's hard to tell who's who. But either way, you know, we're showcased, and that's Ansem. That's Ansem right there. And then this is Larxene. So we're showing off a few more people. I'm assuming that everybody else that's part of the Darknesses is going to be part of these data battles. And that's really cool. That's awesome. And I'm really excited for that. These data battles are going to be great. They're going to be fun. And they're going to kill me. Can't wait. And it seems like they're also using like their ultimate attacks as well. It's good that that's coming back from like obviously the data battles within Kingdom Hearts 2. This is obviously Xemnas's. So hopefully that Kingdom Hearts 3 guard holds up. Now this is also very cool. I love this scene.
Always told me to just follow my heart.
So everyone's telling Sora to follow his heart, right?
But
All right, had to cut that out. Anyways, so we got Sora using the power of waking to access Riku's Station of Awakening. Now that is crazy. I don't know why he's doing that. That's kind of worrying me a little bit, but maybe what this could be, I don't know. It's got to be during that scene where It's got to be during that scene in the last trailer where Sora interacts with Naminé, because if you could see, Sora is on his Station of Awakening. And then he summons his Keyblade. And now we know in that past scene, Sora walks away from Naminé. And then he, you know, walks up. And obviously here, he summons his Keyblade. And it's just strange. Because he jumps up. This has to be the same scene, obviously. But it's kind of strange that Riku's is there at the same time as his. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't really have many ideas as of right now as to what this could mean. But he's obviously just trying to, like, find Riku, I guess. I don't know. I guess he did what he had to do, you know, all that stuff. Who knows?
Heart. But follow my heart. Hearts are all connected.
Hearts are all connected. Now, that is something that's very important to think of as well. I don't know what it can mean, but I know it's important.
Trace the connection.
Trace the connection. And now we got Sora and Kairi together in the final world. He saved her. He found her. He's got her. It's good. We're cool, right? We knew this already because Kairi, you know, obviously is at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3 and Sora is not. So, thus, we got the ReMIND DLC. But either way, you know, they're sitting there. It's cute. Obviously, he just rescued her. This is probably more towards the end of the ReMIND DLC. I saw some people complaining, like, why would you show this? It's like, well, we know this already. We know that Sora does save Kairi, so it's not like this really spoils much of anything. So that's really not a big deal to me.
It's so pretty.
And she says it's pretty. Well, I don't think she understands where she actually is. And then we got playable Kairi. That's insane. That is so insane. We got playable Kairi. After all this time, after all the years of people begging, the people have got what they wanted. Playable Kairi is a thing, and Sora is a party member. Now, obviously, the opponent is Xehanort with his keys. Now, I think I saw either on Twitter or I was discussing with some other people. I can't remember. I've talked about so many different people about the ReMIND stuff so far. But he's down one key. Xehanort is down one key. And this is his GOAT form. He's down one key. The reason why he's down one key is because we've got Kairi. He never actually got his 13 Keyblades together. So that could be what we're seeing here. And now they're just have to fight him off as it is right now. I don't know. But this looks different. The floor, it looks different than the Scala floor that we were seeing. Or at least like the data battle floor or whatever. It looks different. It's darker. This takes place in the Keyblade Graveyard. And it's strange. I don't know what the setting of this is. I don't know what the context is. But something that you guys do have to pay attention to is the eyes on the Keyblades, the no-name Keyblades that Xehanort uses, are now red. They used to be blue. Red. Blue. We'll get to that. But all in all, Kairi looks busted. Here we could see her using, which seems to be like her shot lock. I think if you pause it, come on. I'm not gonna be able to get it, but it's like her shot lock is called something princess. It's really hard to pause it because again, it's not playing at the best quality right now. But her shot lock is cool. She jumps in the air. She shoots down a bunch of like lights, and she's kind of like flying. She's like gliding, right? Like, look at that. That's so cool. It kind of reminds me of like gliding from like Neverland and stuff. I mean, Sora always wanted to show Kairi how to fly, so maybe that's where it comes from. But that's awesome. Kairi low-key looks like OP though. She does. She looks like she moves really well. Her combos and her attacks are like seem pretty smooth, and I'm excited. I'm actually really excited to play as Kairi. She looks really good. And she kind of does like that that burst thing where she kind of like roll, like it's kind of like, you know how Riku does it where like his dodge is like he like siphons through like darkness and stuff. She's kind of siphoning through like light, which is awesome. That's cool. Not much more to say about that. But now we got another big thing. We got explorable Scala. Yes, finally, again, the people got what they want. The people, us, the fans, got Final Fantasy characters. We got playable Kairi, and we have explorable Scala. They are giving us what we want. That is amazing. I can't believe it. It's actually insane. It's very insane. So it looks like something where Sora activates like this giant orb. Maybe he's casting like an air spell. I don't think that's what it is. It just maybe like that's just like the sound effect. It's like very similar, just like what it looks like is similar. And then it creates this light rail, which we see in like Olympus, but I think it's just like a standard like light rail, so Sora's able to like travel and stuff. So it looks like we're actually going to be able to explore Scala this time. I'm so happy because I feel like, again, that was such wasted potential. I'm so glad that we're going to be able to actually explore Scala.
Roxas, shield.
Obviously, we have more of the Sea Salt trio, and this must be before like their limit attack, their tag team attack, and they all start glowing, you know, in their hearts, and then that's probably like the sync thing. Like I don't know what the heck it could be. It just probably means like they're ready to do their sync attack. I don't even know, but it's cool. Now this, again, I think this is going to be another scene in the secret episode where we play as Riku. Because I do firmly believe that the secret episode will contain playable Riku for the most part. And I'm glad that they're not showing that because I want that to be a surprise, even though I'm sort of expecting it. So it's not really a surprise, but it's cool. So we'll listen to their conversation.
Are you sure about this?
Yes. But don't worry. I'm not alone this time.
Okay, so what I'm assuming that means is Riku's saying, like, are you sure? Like, are you afraid? Like, are you sure you want to do this? She's like, yes, I'm fine. I won't be alone this time. That has to be about the Realm of Darkness. They have to be going back into the Realm of Darkness, and that might be one of their first steps to trying to find Sora. That's just my best guess. I think that's obviously what that means is, like, they're going to try to go back into the Realm of Darkness, and maybe we get playable Realm of Darkness, like, actual explorable Realm of Darkness. That would be fantastic. Imagine if you're playing... If I get to play as Riku and Aqua's my party member in the Realm of Dark, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. They're my two favorite characters. I'm going to lose it. That'll be awesome. Please, I hope that's a thing. Please, I hope that's a thing. This is the best scene, not only in the trailer, but in Kingdom Hearts history. I am a firm believer that this is one of the greatest scenes in Kingdom Hearts history. When I saw this, it kept me up at night. It honestly kept me up at night. I've rewatched this scene 100 times and I still get goosebumps. So we'll go back to when Chirithy starts talking.
You yourself will vanish from this world, and without your powers, you can't return to the world you came from.
Obviously, Chirithy is just saying more things about you can't use the power of waking, you can't do what you're doing, you can't do this, you can't do that, or else you're going to lose your power and you won't be able to return. AKA how we return to level 1 in the next Kingdom Hearts game. But, you know, all in all, like, it's just general, like, foreshadowing from Chirithy, like, stop doing what you're doing. But we got to talk about this. So Sora is in the final world. It has to be the final world, right? And he's clearly here at nighttime. We'll get there in a second.
You yourself.
So it looks like Sora is like screaming. Maybe he's trying to see if like someone's there or something. Like obviously he's by himself. He's here at nighttime. Kyrie's nowhere to be found. Chirithy's nowhere to be found. He seems like he's genuinely by himself this time. And it's nighttime. We've never seen the final world during the nighttime before. We always see it with like the sun, the clouds, the blue sky. Now it's just at nighttime, which is... It's pretty grim, but it's beautiful at the same time, you know what I mean? And I don't know if it's just me, but this looks like it's CG. It could just be because, like, the development team has gotten better with the graphics and the shading and the lighting and everything. But this looks completely different. Like, it looks way better, just compared to other things that we've gotten in Kingdom Hearts 3. Not saying anything look bad, I'm just saying this looks like it's getting better.
From this world.
So he yells, and then Sora, you know, he does his little, like, do I hear anything? And I have to think that he does hear something. See, because he's got that face. He's like, what was that? So he starts running. You know what? I'm just going to play it because I got to just digest it again. I know I'm supposed to be analyzing this and I'm supposed to not gush over it, but this, I have to. I'm sorry. I'm sure you guys are on board with that too.
To the world you came from.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
Nomura, you animal. That was so beautiful. So what we have here is obviously Sora. He's running, and we have a figure walking. Also, if you notice in the background real quick, like up here, you'll notice that there is a moon coming from behind the clouds. Obviously symbolizing that it is indeed nighttime. Obviously, it's nighttime. So we see Sora down here. He's running. And then we've got a figure walking towards him.
Like, is any of this for real?
And him and the figure are reciting the very first lines from Kingdom Hearts ever. In the opening to the first game, the first thing we hear is, I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Is any of this for real or not? And we hear Sora saying this with the figure. Okay?
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not?
And we have Yozora. Just as like just as a warning, not even a warning, just like a heads up. I have a very important video coming out regarding Yozora. I do. I already made one, but this is changing everything. The fact that he's in the final world with Sora and it's nighttime. Sora's name means sky. Okay, we know that. We know that Yozora means night sky. And it's nighttime in the final world. This was beautiful. This was so beautifully done. This is one of the most hands down beautifully well done scenes, and it's in a trailer. I'm so excited for this. And I've been saying this like on Twitter, and I've been saying this just like with other people. I don't care about the Master of Masters anymore. I don't care about the box. I don't care about Lushu. I don't care about the foretellers. I need to learn about Yozora. I need to. Because the fact that him and Sora are reciting the very first line to the series at the same time is crazy. That's crazy. That's mind-blowing. I mean, to be fair, I made a predictions video for what I thought we'd see in this trailer, and I got 4 out of 5 things right, actually. But I didn't expect this to be like this. I truly 100% did not expect this to be like this. Like, I gotta watch it again. I got to. I'm sorry.
You can't return to the world.
It's so good.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like,
We hear him talk.
is any of this for real or not?
I need to learn about this character. I need to learn about this character. I need to learn about this character. Like I said, that theory is in the works. It's very complex. It's very complex. But I'm starting to sort of put everything together, sort of. It's going to take a lot of work. But I will get that out. But that is the end of the analysis, guys. This is the last scene of the trailer. I was so blown away by this trailer. Overall, this is probably one of my favorite trailers that we've ever gotten. It really is. Hopefully this isn't like the final battle trailer and it spoils a lot of important things like this, for example. But, you know, all in all, like I said, this trailer was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. I'm really salty that it got leaked and I had to watch it in a car because otherwise it would have just gotten leaked to me all over like Twitter and stuff. But I loved it. There was a lot in here. I got a bunch of videos and a bunch of ideas for what obviously was in this trailer. And I hope you guys enjoyed the analysis. Let me know what your favorite part of the trailer was down below. Don't forget to do that. Like the video. Most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more Kingdom Hearts 3 ReMIND content. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching. And yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.